in-depth news coverage from across Zambia. Local and national news, business, politics, and sports. This is the Sun FM News, brought to you by APSA. Your story matters.
The news.
Hello, thank you for joining us. My name is Imelda Chukwati to present the news here on Sun FM Radio and TV. President Hakainde Hichilema has directed power utility company ZESCO to connect the Green 2000 farm in Kawamba district to the national grid. Government has emphasized the essential role of the press in a democratic society, highlighting its contribution to fostering good governance and ensuring accountability. Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana has underscored the importance of the newly enacted cyber law reforms across the country. ZESCO United assistant coach Clive Hachilensa has President Hakainde Hichilema has directed ZESCO to connect to unlock Luapula province's agricultural potential. The president visited the farm in the Luena farming block, describing it as a key production and training hub supporting 350 small-scale farmers. He said it is unacceptable for people to remain in poverty despite the province's rich soils and abundant water resources. Government
service everybody. So we are planning
400 jobs. The farm covers 2,000 hectares, with 1,025 hectares under irrigation, producing maize, soybeans, wheat, potatoes and onions.
Yeah, I would say probably about 2,000 more jobs from outside that's been created with the support that
government is acting quickly. Power will be connected to the farm. Minister of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata says the investments in place are placing Luapula in a strong position to become a new food basket of Zambia. Luapula.
Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo has emphasized the essential role of the press in a democratic society, speaking when he officiated World Press Freedom Day commemoration in Ndola. Mr. Matambo said this year's theme, reporting in the brave new world, the impact of artificial intelligence on
solid and fruitful.
Meanwhile, Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana has underscored the need for unity among journalists, emphasizing that a united press is important for defending media freedom and promoting ethical journalism. Speaking during World Press Freedom Day commemorations in Livingston, Mr. Kawana said journalists must stand together in the face of growing challenges, including misinformation, political pressure, and threats to their safety. He noted that a divided media industry weakens the profession's ability to uphold the truth and accountability.
Another group in the afternoon failing to come together to organize one function just to celebrate to be a divided force.
Mr. Kawana emphasized the importance of ethical reporting and the need for solidarity among media practitioners to uphold press freedom and credibility.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, what is it? AI offers journalists the ability to process and analyze vast amounts of information quickly, enhancing news delivery and efficiency. But however, this powerful tool must be used with caution and responsibility. As we embrace AI, we must ensure it strengthens, rather that undermines ethical journalism and press freedom.
Livingston Press Club President Mason Ngoma called for the introduction of a minimum wage for journalists, saying it would help reduce the risk of media personnel being compromised in their work. And Livingston
is no exception. I think this cry continues on. We still have a situation. You are at the mercy of your employer. We still reaffirm, or we still continue to make that call. Because if we have a compromised journalist when it comes to pay, then we are in trouble.
Meanwhile, Bloggers of Zambia Executive Director Richard Mulonga encouraged journalists to embrace artificial intelligence responsibly, warning that while AI...
By equipping journalists with digital skills to harness artificial intelligence ethically and responsibly, while at the same time demanding for accountability on the platforms that
and today are championing voices against the very law that they enacted. This government, through its political leadership, give mention and promise the people of Zambia that when elected, law has been repealed. That's why you hear CEOs of banks say we need them. You hear the bloggers say we need them. You hear the ordinary Zambians say we need them. But cynics who always want to mislead through carelessness, through not going out there to misinform the environment, to mislead, to misinform, we have nothing to worry about.
Economist Yusuf Dodia has urged leaders to be truthful and transparent when discussing Zambia's economic discourse. He pointed out between government officials warning out about sustainable debt while ordinary Zambians continue to struggle with the rising cost of living. Mr. Dodia stressed that the cost of living is increasing daily and urged leaders to be candid about the state of the nation. He further remarked on the inconsistency among civil society organizations and other stakeholders to share knowledge, experiences, and best practices aimed at advancing digital trade and driving the new era of economic growth and prosperity in Africa. Employers who violate labor laws, emphasizing the need for workers to take an active role in improving employment conditions. Speaking in an interview with SunFM TV News, ZCTU First Vice President Joseph Chewe expressed concern that some companies fail to provide employment contracts, describing this as a serious violation of workers' rights. He urged employees to join or form trade unions to safeguard their rights and ensure workplace protection. Additionally, Mr. Chewe called on the government to involve unions in labor inspections to enhance compliance with regulations.
As they do the inspections, they bring necessarily institutions like the unions, other institutions that are responsible to ensure that the workplaces, especially that are formal, are properly.
A youth-led organization has raised concerns over the persistent Zambia, attributing the trend to a growing fear of pregnancy.